Felix Jung runs Avoision.com, a personal blog that he's updated daily since July 2002. He works as a web developer for Sears Holdings, and his online projects have been featured on sites like Product Hunt, Boing Boing, and Metafilter. His latest project is Villanelle Bot, an online bot that writes poems in the Villanelle format, using Twitter posts from random people. Felix, come on up and get us started. Tell us, what do you want?
I'm a huge Star Trek fan. Got into it in college, and I found out my wife Liz, she's seen a couple episodes. And so the past couple of months, we've been watching a lot of Star Trek, Next Generation, and got into the original series. And we're discovering that she is a huge Trekkie, like huge, really into it. So that has actually informed what I did to answer the prompt. I made a video.
What do you want?
I want to touch you.
I want to hear what she has to say. I want McCoy outfitted as a Gestapo doctor, Nazi Germany, Old Earth Date 1944, make him a colonel.
Just beam it down to your knee and never mind what I want it for. I just want it.
I want you to leave my crewmen alone. I want you to leave my crew women alone, too. I want to dance to them, I don't like it. I want a detailed analysis made of this planet, and I want it now. Something or someone is behind the crop. I want it. I want them conscious.
I want them unconscious for a while.
I want those lithium crystals, and I want them now.
I want to know why we're here.
Because I want an android body. I want immortality. To live forever, Captain. Be young and beautiful.
I want facts, not hope.
I want you to hear this.
I want these things off the ship. I don't care if it takes every man we've got. I want them off the ship. Tell engineering, I want warp 8 or better.
I want full power, Mr. Scott. How do you know what I want? Brian, if I learn anything from you, I'll ask for it.
Well, we're doing everything as possible. Bones, I want the impossible checked out, too. I want to know what makes that thing tick.
I want that third alternative.
Tell me what I want to know.
I want to know why.
I want an exact judgment, Mr. Spock. There's just one thing I want.
You're the science officer, Mr. Spock. I want some answers.
Now, I want the rest of our weapons and our equipment. I want some answers. I want some answers. I want the answers and I want the remedy. I am asking how, mister. I want answers. Kirk out. I want an answer. Right now. I want some answers to all this.
I want some answers. Open up.
I want another answer.
Kedra Cheney is a writer, editor, blogger, and digital strategist, though she's not sure she actually knows what that means these days. She has been published in the Sun-Times, Time Out, Bitch Media, Paste, and a bunch of other publications that no longer exist. She is the co-founder and publisher of pop culture website The Learned Fangirl, and she's also the bass player in a band called Soul Heiress, though they haven't done anything in over a year. That's okay. You're going to do something right now, though. You're going to tell us what you want. Come on up.
Yes.
Okay, we got it.
I wrote this. So for the majority of my life, I've been an obsessive list maker and long-range planner. I've kept journals and diaries since I was a kid, and when I wasn't writing heavy metal fan fiction, I was making lists about what I want to do, what I want to be a year from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now. And that answer changes constantly over time, as it should. I'm not living in a Lakewood Towers, which is what I wanted to do at 14. I don't drive a fancy car, I have a husband and kids. I'm a musician, I have my own publication, and I never did learn to drive, even though I wanted a fancy car back then. Life and time changes, and what you want changes. 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with a degenerative eye disease, and it has made me, at this point, legally blind. So a lot of what I've taken for granted as a part of my life, being able to work full-time, navigating myself at night, unfamiliar places, is hard for me to do now. So what I want has changed. I don't want to fight for treatment coverage. I don't want to have a cornea transplant next year. I want to not have those things. But ultimately, ultimately what I want is something I can't have, and that's my old life. I still make long-range plans. I want to write more music. I want to write a book. I want to go to Tokyo, and I will. But knowing that I can't get what I really want has made me more focused on what I have. I'm probably going to write my next what do I want list tomorrow because that's the kind of person I am. But I just wanted to use this moment and this essay to be a reminder of myself that what I really want in life, love, creativity, adventure, community, I have all of that here, now, in front of me with my friends and loved ones here. And it's in me, and it's not very far from my reach at all. Thank you.
Give us a moment while we find the right. There we go. Maribel Lopez, a Mexican artist turned designer living in between cultures at the intersection of cute and ominous. Maribel seeks to bring magic and whimsy into design objects. She's a collector of crafts techniques and consumer of fantasy and fictional media. Maribel, come on up. Tell us what you want.
So anyone that knows me knows this is the worst question to ask me because I usually don't know. So I made a slight presentation on what I think I want. Time. I want time. I want time to work on projects. I want time to mess around, and I want time to eat baked goods. And the other thing, stability. I have lupus, so I have to keep a good eye on my health, which I don't do a very good job of. So I like my health to stay stable, so I don't have to worry about it. I want lots of cash. If anyone has any and they want to throw it my way, that'd be awesome. And relationships, I think I'm doing really great. My best friend is right here. I'm getting married in 2 months. And yeah, I did it. And also, I'm graduating this semester, so if anyone has any job openings, that would be awesome. I would really like that. And that's what I want. But this morning I realized what I really, really want is a kid. A very small pygmy goat. After going to the farm. So I think that's what I really want. Oh, I still have time.
Yeah.
What else do you want? What else do I really want? That was a tweet last week. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I would like another Jaeger shot, if anyone wants to get me that. Gabby made sure I didn't. I have not had enough, Gabby. Okay, yellow. I want less time right now. I want to get off the stage. I want
to stay up there all the
I don't have to stay.
No, you don't have to stay up there all 2 minutes. Yeah.
Thank you. So, quick recap. I want time, stability, money, and ability. And a pygmy goat. Not ability goat. Pygmy goat. Thank you.
Right button when you want photos. Oh, sweet.
You good? Very good. Chuck Sudo's byline has appeared on most Chicago media publications, websites, and in print. As a performer, he's read his work wherever anyone will let him, including his second time tonight here at 20 by 2. Chuck, come on up. Tell us what you want.
Good evening, y'all. So, this is a true story, and it happened right around Labor Day. At Lush Cosmetics on Armitage. She stood to my left, and she was a 6-foot tall beauty in sandals. 40% of that was in her legs. She had thin lips, a blonde pixie cut, and she wore an indigo summer dress that cost more than my rent. She had one of the sales clerks at Lush jumping through hoops to find a bath bomb that would remind her of her son, and a possibly lanky, tow-headed, and boisterous 7-year-old named Chase of Game of Thrones. And she was visibly frustrated by the clerk, Chase, and who knows what else at the moment. Now, I was at Lush to buy shaving soap and was toying around with the hair creams with another clerk. "Which one of these will make my hair look like a bed of nails?" I asked. And the woman dropped everything and walked towards me. She examined my head for a couple of blinks. She sighed, shook her head, "No." Then she grabbed a healthy dab of some firm hold cream called Dirty and worked it between her palms. "I'm not hitting on you," she assured, and I had no illusions to the contrary. She pulled at my hair for around 20 seconds and smacked my head so hard she knocked my eyeglasses askew. She was Louise Bourgeois and my hair was her clay. Then she grabbed a mirror, and in the reflection was a hairstyle that a 47-year-old man whose taste and style starts and ends with the brown elephant and unique thrift could pass off with minimal effort. All because some harried mother took a few moments away from holding her shit together to show him the way. I left Lush with shaving cream and that Dirty, and then I thought that what I wanted, at least for now, are more random encounters I can share with an audience at varying lengths.
Your hair's looking great, Joe. Yeah. All right. Jen Rourke has been a digital content producer for ABC7 Chicago for 9 years. The Joliet native is also a volunteer at Chirp Radio, serving as a DJ, producer, and program committee member. Previously for Chirp, Jen has served as production director and a producer of the live lit series The First Time. Anybody who's seen that?
Yeah.
All right. It's a good show. Jen currently volunteers for the Chicago Lighthouse and has volunteered her time at Chicago Public Radio, Anti-Cruelty Society, and Second Sense. She and her husband recently cut the cord on cable television, and she is sad to report she really misses it. Jen, what do you want?
We really wanted a dog. A chill, couch potato, cuddly dog. Instead, we got Elwood. It was not love at first sight. Elwood, we had seen him at the shelter weeks before. We met him and we passed on him. But ultimately we realized he matched our kitchen. So we brought him home. Elwood is a border collie mix. Those are not couch potatoes. Should have been a red flag when his handler said his favorite thing is to run 4 miles a day. My husband and I have never run 4 miles in our lives. So we get him in the car, and the first thing he does is chew through his leash. Then he dragged me through our first trip to Petco without any regard for my lead dog status. Apparently that's a thing you have to earn. And then he got home and realized immediately that he was tall enough to put his paws up and his face on our matchy-matchy kitchen countertops. We were terrified of this 35-pound dog. We gave him his doggy Xanax at night, that's a thing. We considered taking it ourselves. Ultimately, we realized that once we figured out what Elwood really wanted, that's when we all started getting along. Here's what Elwood wants. Elwood wants to be a cat. He's tried playing with cats, they don't like him. He wants to chew on stuff, but fortunately really cheap stuff. He likes to chase cicadas, and squirrels, and more squirrels. He likes to air dry after a bath outside and make friends as opposed to letting us use the hairdryer on him. And he likes to lay in the dirt even if he just had a bath. And even though Elwood does not like being clean himself, he likes to put his toys in the dishwasher. He's also classy. He always crosses his paws when he lays down. Mostly, though, Elwood would like a little friend. He's gonna have to wait, because now I am lead dog, and what I say goes.
So you're now 1/4 of the way through. How's it feel? Nick Brown sparks intellectual, social, and cultural awareness on a global scale through creative community building. He is the founder and executive producer of Glabbit Nova, which unites different types of emerging and well-known individuals through media and showcases around the world. From Apple Store takeovers, production management at the Nike World Basketball Festival, or even mentoring Code 2040, this charismatic advocate for inclusion is an expert at bringing things together in uncommon ways. Nick earned a BS in architecture and an MS in architecture while being a two-time All-American track and field athlete, Big Ten runner-up, and Earl Prize design nominee from the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Nick, right now, you've got 2 minutes. Tell us what you want.
I'm kind of tall, so I'll get back here. I want you to get very, very interactive here. So I'm going to show you a series of images, and I want you to look to your left or to your right and give a response, whether that is something, a statement or whatever. All right, here we go. If you can see the image here, Edward Snowden. Can I get a response? Look left or right. What do you think about this? Say something. Gesture. Awesome. Amber Rose. Art.
Nice colors.
Cancer survivor.
Yes.
The Joker.
Serious.
I like the claps in the back there. Come on, you know this is. What's the noise that it make? What kind of noise does it make? Nah. Yeah, exactly. This dude, Scott, Kanye West. Good one. The NATO protest. We the people. This guy, beer belly.
Dinner is over if you want it.
Awesome. We all have this moment, right? The goal is that what I was trying to provoke here is I want everyone to know that perception is subjective. Thank you.
All right. Tanner Woodford is co-founder, chairman, and executive director of the Chicago Design Museum, maker of iterative work, and lecturer at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. Throughout his career, Tanner has worked as a product designer, community organizer, interaction designer, and developer. He has taught and lectured on design issues, history, and rapid ideation in professional and academic settings. And he is irrepressibly optimistic and believes design has the capacity to fundamentally improve the human condition. Though Tanner couldn't be here tonight due to museum duties, he's actually involved in the Halloween parade tonight and couldn't get out of it. But he did send us this video instead. Enjoy.
Hey, I'm Tanner Woodford from the Chicago Design Museum. I'm honored to have been asked to be there, and I'm very sorry that I couldn't be. But trust me, you're off the hook. My voice is much better than my face. I spent the past 2 months working on an evolving timeline of Chicago's design history. The only constraint is 1 slide per year. In 1907, Daniel Burnham infamously said, "Make no little plans." This is our starting point. He continued, "They have no magic to stir men's blood, and probably themselves will not be realized. Make big plans, aim high in hope and work, remembering that a noble logical diagram once recorded will never die, but long after we are gone be a living thing, asserting itself with ever-growing consistency. Remember that our sons and our grandsons are going to do things that would stagger us." It's that last part that I want you to think about. He's talking about us. As time goes on, we continue to think big. question is, what do you want? Well, I, for one, don't want to let her own down. Let's move forward together with purpose and think big.
Melissa Pierce is a poet, artist, filmmaker, activist, and tech entrepreneur residing in Chicago, but living in at least 3 different realities. She is the creator of an award-winning film series, founder of just a few interesting companies, and also the generator of hundreds of other less well-known good ideas. She was recently listed as one of Crain's Chicago Business's Tech 50 People to Know in Chicago. Melissa, what is it you want?
Well, it's no secret. I want everything. But everything holds my treats. It's a tiny bite of tasty sweets. But everything's a greedy beast. It eats and eats and eats and eats the things I want, the things I will, the things I won't or haven't still. This monster, it has unquenching thirst. Its belly is stretched and near to burst, and its heart's congealed with all that stuff, from good design to kitten fluff. One time, this monster began to sing. I want all the things. So the Queen of Crows, at call to wing, said, anything I want, you'll bring. A tricky bird, the Queen of Crows. The world she shoved down its throat and threw a gurgling, laughing gloat. Fed the monster from its beak. Oh, all you want is what I'll seek. With bobs and bows and shiny strings and knowledge of most secret things. The Queen of Crows, she fed its itch, everything that greedy bitch. The Queen of Crows' exhausted wings, tired of bringing all the things, said to the monster, we are through. This has to be enough for you. So the monster ate her too. From inside the monster's belly, the queen slid. She turned to jelly. From her purview, life kept on going. She was devoured without even knowing. Wrong slide. I lost that one, guys. But now the monsters come for you. No matter what you want or what you do, this monster, it will come for you and try to hide you in its belly where things are dark and stink and swelling. But when it will, there is no telling. So, my advice, I hope, rings true. Devour everything before it eats you.
Inez Belina is a writer, translator, and performer. She is co-founder of the monthly live lit show Is This a Thing? And has read at Story Club, Serving the Sentence, 20 by 2, The Marrow, Misspoken, Essay Fiesta, and other events all around town, including Chicago Women's Funny Festival. Inez is also one of the hosts of XX Will Travel, a podcast geared toward independent women travelers. When she's not overscheduling herself or working on a YA novel, she sings love songs to her bulldog, Charlie. Inez, you know what to do. What do you want?
So I thought of bringing a carefully crafted story that has desire as its main thread, and you, audience, could use your AP English critical thinking skills to determine what my heart is seeking. But fuck it, this is about wants, and I want to rant. So these are my 10 demands for the universe. 1, I want a raise, funded from the personal pockets of my male boss, who writes articles on Medium about the futility of asking for raises, since he worked his way up through sheer merit and gratitude. 2, I would also happily settle for my family riches that were squandered by my great-grandfather's gambling problem and my great-grandmother's abundant donations to the church to try to save his soul. Because bootstrapping is overrated, and I want the ease of a trust fund. 3, actually, the money situation wouldn't bug me as much if I could find a job I want that proves to be challenging, instead of forcing me to create brand synergy nonsense using the vocabulary of your 4th grade bully. Because when it comes to advertising, assume that your clients have never heard of a multi-syllable word. And 4, running away could be the answer if it wasn't for my marginalized Peruvian passport, because I want the privilege afforded to American citizens who can be undocumented immigrants anywhere and are simply considered cute expats with an identity crisis. 5, I want you to show me the way, which is a thing I sing at any point to either an unknown god, Susan Miller, or Google Maps. 6, I want you to say I'm sorry for my relief, not yours. 7, I want to stop being attracted to emotionally damaged, high-functioning alcoholics with daddy issues. So if you're in recovery and have a thing for nasty women, say hi. 8, but more than a date, I really want to see my friends in non-scheduled time slots because I'm really fucking bored of 2-hour coffees, peaceful brunches, and 7:30 p.m. cultural activities that are planned months in advance. I want 5 hours of nothing with my loved ones on a patio. And 9, I might as well ask for my bulldog to be immortal because that's a higher chance of success. And 10, so perhaps to sum up, what I want is time, eternal time, indulgent, endlessly multiplying time, so I can stop obsessing over what has been lost, what I'm losing, and what I can't really recover. Thank you.
Number 10. Steve Delahoyd is a filmmaker who owns the production company Delahoyd Projects and also spends a chunk of each week at the design firm Goodall Partners. He has shot lots of commercials, things on the internet, and music videos. More info about him and more of his work can be seen at thehoyd.com. Steve, you've got 2 minutes. Come tell us what you want.
Thank you, everybody, for coming, everybody that invested. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry. I'm really very sorry. I know. Looking back a year ago, I honestly thought we had a really good thing. And I'm sure, as most of you know, that I am a tequila expert. I've spent a quarter of a century now studying tequila, writing about them, receiving credentials, consulting on upstart tequila companies. I mean, honestly, and this isn't just me saying this, I am one of the best in the tequila business. And I know a lot of you know that I'm also from Naples, and that my family is from Naples, and so, you know, I know pizza. And so, when the idea came together to try to blend those two, a restaurant bringing great tequilas together with fantastic pizza, it just seemed like a no-brainer. But I'm sorry to say, as of tonight, Pizza Worm is no more. We're out of business. Yes, I had never run a restaurant before. Yes, we probably shouldn't have started with just one. We should have started with one instead of opening a dozen locations all at once. And yes, for the 100th time, yes, I get it. People were fine with having a worm in their tequila since it was part of the whole fun, authentic experience. But now I know that they weren't so happy with us baking a worm into every pizza. Even though we explained it on the menu, even though you could see the bins upon bins of live worms in our open kitchen concept, and even though, for Christ's sake, the place was called Pizza Worm. Every night, I mean every damn night, there was the screaming and the vomiting. And I know a lot of you in this room came to me and said I should stop putting worms in the pizza. Ted, I remember you specifically, and you said stop with the worms in the pizzas already. It's disgusting. You never told us about this in the pitch, and I'm 50 grand into this, and I get it, okay? So, and we did listen. Remember? I mean, we stopped putting the worms in the pizza. And after all the media attention and Yelp listing us as that place that put worms in the pizza, it was all just an impossible reputation to shake. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The money is gone. We're done. I mean, what do you want? What more can I say? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, and maybe this is a non-starter, but we have a whole truck full of cans of marinara and a lot of live worms. So if anybody's interested in just after the show.
$25,000 down the drain. So pissed. That's halfway through. That's 10. How do you feel? You liking it? All right. We're going to take a break right now at 10, so you guys can get new drinks, talk about what you've seen, beat up Steve outside if you invested in Pizza Worm.